Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Alan's Universe. My name is Adeline, and today I'm not doing a traditional movie review. I'm going to be doing a film synopsis review. Ooh, scary. Just kidding. But this is going to be for Halloween 5. Now, before I get into this synopsis, I feel like this movie gets hated on way too much. This was the lowest grossing movie of the entire franchise. And honestly, it kind of doesn't deserve that. I mean, sure, it's definitely one of the worst. It's not one of the best sequels to the whole franchise, but still, I think it's actually pretty good. Not great by any means, but still pretty good. Alright, prepare to hate me as I defend this movie. This is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. So we start off the movie with actually a pretty cool jack-o'-lantern opening sequence. It's really unique and actually sets the mood for the rest of the movie. We then cut to the ending of the last movie where Michael is trying to kill his niece Jamie Lloyd, once again played by Danielle Harris. Then the police show up and shoot the shape down into a hole, which was revealed to be a mine shaft. And then Michael crawls out of the mine shaft while the police throw dynamite down. I have no freaking clue why the police threw dynamite down, and come on, how can you say this is not hilarious? After Michael enjoys his little swim in the river, he comes upon this old shack where old hermit lives and tries to kill him. And then he passes out for some reason. 1 year later already? Jesus Christ, this fast forward really quick. We're then introduced to Jamie once again, who is now mute. For some reason, she is traumatized after trying to kill her stepmother. I honestly don't know why, I thought she killed her in the last movie. I do really like this movie, but I do think it shouldn't exist. Just saying. She then has magic mirage visions of Michael coming back to life and killing the hermit. He took care of you for a year for some reason, but why did you kill him? I'm just asking. Oh, and side note, Michael looks awful in this film. What in the world is up with the freaking mask? At least it's not as bad as the one in part 4. Oh, and also, the writer put something in this movie to be explained in the next movie. They put a Thor tattoo on Michael's wrist. Yeah, the writers had no idea what it meant when they made this movie. They just put it in as something they could explain in the next movie. That's awesome. Leaving audiences with questions they don't have the answers to. Great. Apologies, camera angle changed because my phone was just about to die, so I had to put it on the charger, so I had to move my little lamp that I can set this camera on. Where was I? Oh yeah, Jamie starts having a seizure, so the doctors take her downstairs to the emergency room to perform a tracheotomy on her, and then Dr. Loomis stops them for some reason.
I have to open the trachea, for God's sake!
She will stabilize.
She's dying!
No. You see?
Wait, what? What? You said she'd stabilize and then she magically does? What in the world? Okay, I will admit that's a pretty cool shot of the mental institution. So we cut to daytime and we see Rachel again, who's still as great as she is in the 4th film. And then we're introduced to Tina. Man, She's pretty annoying in this movie. She's probably my least favorite part about this movie. Luckily, Dr. Loomis pops in to remind us that this is actually a Halloween movie. Then Jamie gets some brick mail. That's the best kind of mail. The evil child must die. What? She just stabbed one person. She's not evil. Michael apparently took over her body. Yeah, according to this movie, Michael and Jamie are psychically bonded. That makes no sense. Whatever, moving on. Rachel then goes back to her home after all those shenanigans and takes a nice shower in the middle of the freaking day. And then... No, Rachel, no! Why, Rachel? You know, I'm not even that upset. This movie completely wasted her. In the fourth one, Rachel was so likable. She was one of my favorite characters of the entire franchise. But in this one, she's only in it for one scene and then Michael kills her in a very lame way. Why did you even have to kill her? I'm very confused. That makes me really upset, that the fact that Michael killed one of my favorite characters of the entire franchise. Okay, this movie has went down quite low now. We then get more Tina on screen, blah blah, and then Jamie gets chased in actually a pretty scary scene.
It's all right.
But who cares? Plot twist, it was the janitor all along. And then we get... What in the world happened to Dr. Loomis? He was so likable in the other movies.
You love her, don't you? He made you stab her.
Okay, he's a freaking douchebag in this movie. My God, he's being a freaking creep to Jamie. What in the world is this? What? What in the heck is this? This movie's dropped a lot for me now. Great job, people. You made this movie worse. We then get to meet Tina's douchebag boyfriend, Michael. This is kind of awkward now. He's checking out his good looks, as all boys do, and then the shape does the worst thing imaginable. He scratches the car. Oh, and Michael also kills Michael. Whatever. At least I get to keep track of one Michael in this movie now.
Trick or treat!
Michael then picks up Tina. And then... What is that mask? What? He looks so ridiculous. Jamie then has another seizure, and then she tells Dr. Loomis after having her visions where Tina is. I am not even joking. Jamie tries to warn Tina about Michael, but she is too busy being so annoying to listen to Jamie's and Dr. Loomis's warnings.
Sorry, I gotta run.
Tina, please.
Stay away, okay? You know, you're really creepy filling that little girl with all that boogeyman crap.
I believe that you're in danger. Jamie believes it too.
Jamie's a 9-year-old girl.
Be sensible.
I'm never sensible if I can help it.
Tina!
I really hate her in this movie. After a Halloween party and 4 people getting murdered, Michael chases Tina in a car, but then Jamie and Billy show up and Michael changes his priorities. Michael chases Jamie through the woods in a car and then hits a tree. After all that nonsense, Jamie is almost killed by Myers, and then Tina jumps in and is stabbed in the chest, and I will admit, this is actually quite a sad scene. after that, Loomis and Jamie go to the old Myers place, and then after some hocus pocus, Michael shows up, and then Loomis tries to reason with Myers instead of shooting him 6 times in the freaking face.
Let me take you. Let me take you to her. She'll take your rage away. Michael, you better live. You don't need. You don't need that.
Of course, it doesn't work out. Moving on. And after some more hocus pocus, we finally reach the scene where Michael cries. And I have a defense. Yes, I do. Thank you, Cinematic Venom, for helping me with this, because I actually used to not like this. But Cinematic Venom, subscribe to his YouTube channel, he's pretty cool. But Cinematic Venom actually helped me explain this. Now, hear me out here. Family is the only thing that has made Michael somewhat vulnerable. That's really why he cries in this scene. This goes all the way back as part 2, where Laurie calls to him by his actual name. Michael stops himself from trying to kill her. He's hesitant. But then Laurie doesn't persist. But here, Jamie actually does persist and is actually affectionate with him. And then he tries to kill a child, blah, 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 because she tried to touch his face, blah, blah, blah.
You want her! No! Here she is! No! Little girl! No! Get her!
Loomis, you're taking this a little bit too far. And after that, Loomis hilariously beats Michael to death with a 2x4. Well, not really. And then Michael gets arrested. And then the man in black that I did not mention throughout this entire video, who the writers did not know who was supposed to be, breaks Michael out of jail, and then we end on a cliffhanger ending that took 6 years to explain in Halloween 6. And that movie is even worse. And that was Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Is it pretty bad? Yes. But it's kind of underrated. I don't understand why people despise this movie. I mean, sure, it's a pretty bad sequel, but if you look at it, it's kind of like a Friday the 13th movie, and you can somewhat enjoy it for that angle alone. The characters are pretty annoying, except for Jamie and Loomis I didn't even like that much either. He was a very unlikable douchebag in this movie. But anyway, whatever. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. And I hope you guys can come back for my Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers review tomorrow, because that won't be like an in-depth review. It'll just be a traditional review. Anyways, I'm Adeline. This was Adeline's Universe, and until next time,